AFC number 8. This is championship action. 5 3-minute rounds for the AFC Amateur Featherweight title. Brought to you by Fibbers and Fibbers York, the official after-show destination of AFC 8. Now, introducing first, your challenger for the title in the red corner. He has an amateur record of 4 wins and 2 defeats, representing SBG Manchester, presenting Elliot Powell. And now, his opponent, your champion in the blue corner. A flawless record of 7 wins. He represents Team Fulinkazan, presenting your reigning, defending, undefeated amateur featherweight champion, Jabeed Rahman. When this championship action begins, your referee in charge is Craig Lawrence.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First title fight of the evening, UAR Featherweight Championship between reigning champion Jabeed Rahman from Team Fulinkazan taking on Elliot Powell from SBG Manchester. Jabeed Rahman looks raring to go.
And straight to it, snap kick to the stomach, followed by a head kick for Jabeed.
He's only a young lad as well. I think he's 19 years old, maybe 18, something like that.
I'd like to say about 19.
Yeah, the confidence of this lad is unreal.
Oh, but it's a mature confidence as well.
Yeah, very mature confidence. Elliot Powell, though, is going to be no easy task tonight. Jabeed Rahman comes out strong. Oh, took a knee on the way in there.
Nice shot by Jabeed, but like you say, Elliot catches him with a kick deflected into a knee.
Jabeed gets the takedown now. Trying to work past guard into a half guard position.
Now this here is going to be the challenge. I always like the path of least resistance, but Elliot Powell, he's a solid grappler, and you're basically looking to beat him at his own game here.
Yeah, he's like both of these guys have got phenomenal striking. Don't get me wrong, but their ground games is what.
Oh yeah.
That's what's shone when they've been fighting lately, especially on Almighty for Jabeed. Two slick arm bars.
Yep.
One to win, and then one to get the title.
Yep.
And they both looked the exact same. So if we get a third, Danny Misson's eating a cup.
Okay, and we pick up the action. Jabeed's looking to go north-south, then comes back to knee on belly, and he's just unleashing 3 or 4 shots, like little hammer fists at a time when he gets the opportunity.
Yeah, little peppering shots, and they do work.
Yep.
They definitely work. Obviously, Jabeed coming from Team Fulinkazan. We've seen them tonight several times, and we know of Team Fulinkazan, especially on Almighty. Big hammer shots from Jabeed Rahman there.
And he's just keeping. There's no real power to the shots. You know, there's a whipping power, but there's no real stiff shot to it. He's just keeping busy, making his opponent cover up. Powell's just covering up, which is giving Jabeed another avenue to attack, transition, and those transitions, they're smooth as butter right now.
Yeah, he's waiting for Powell to move before he attacks. You know, it's very smart from Jabeed.
That's it, and he's just I'd love to see the stats on this fight already. You know, like how many strikes have been landed, because he's a very, very busy fighter, as Jabeed. But Powell looks like he's a little out of his depth right now on the back, just turning in. Every time he turns in, Jabeed steps over, and now maybe looking for a couple of body shots and a Kimura setup. But then he steps across the knee on belly again.
And you've got to remember, these guys have got 5 rounds to work. But Jabeed's looking like he's not wanting it to go out first, looking for an armbar.
Oh, he was looking for that armbar again.
I think he's definitely going for an armbar in this fight tonight. Nice knee on belly from Jabeed. He's got some very good control on the floor. Last 10 seconds, this round has flew by.
Stepping over. And we're inside the last 10 seconds. And there we go.
Very dominant round for Jabeed Rahman there.
I mean, we've already seen a 10-8 round tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Took me a little bit by surprise, but I've got to say, if that's going to be a 10-8 round, then this has got to be a 10-8 round.
Yeah, that could definitely be a 10-8 round. Like we said, they've got 5 rounds to work.
Yeah.
Does Jabeed come out in the second round trying to finish it again, or does he take a bit more of a controlled approach?
I think he's just tiring Powell out, looking from his style. I know how hard Jabeed can hit.
Yeah.
Right, and it's one of the benefits of being on the UK circuit. We're all so close, you know.
Oh,
and
yeah, definitely.
I know how hard he can hit, and I know the difference between his pitter-patter shots, and literally he's just made Powell roll side to side, and fight to hold on for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be a lot more taxing than Jabeed. On top, gravity on his side, throwing a few hammer fists here and there. He scored punches, he dominated, but it wasn't, you know, I don't think he was looking for the finish in the slightest there.
No, they'll see if he comes out strong again in this second round. Elliot's going to have to put something together to fight back from a possible 10-8 round.
Beautiful spinning back kick attempt there by Powell.
Can't say his confidence not slacking in this second
nice leg
round.
kick there by Powell. Powell just palming that jab out, looking to counter the shot. You see those palms open. He's looking to parry that shot and then throw the body kick.
Both coming from great gyms, so the all-round game is very high level.
Definitely.
As you can see, shoots in on a takedown after making Powell miss on a strike there.
That's it. And if you were to ask anybody about the keys to victory for this, you'd be saying, you know, Jabeed's striking. His striking's always fluid, it's always sweet, it's always accurate. But it's Jabeed that's initiating the grappling, where you'd say that Powell's keys to victory would have been the grappling.
Yeah, it shows that he's obviously not coming from one discipline.
No, not at all.
He's fully trained, you know. Like you were saying earlier, you don't have to diverge from one martial art. He's just trained in mixed martial arts.
And he's just got him pinned up against it. Good headed position, but Powell's just fighting back with a few shots, taking a page out of Jabeed's book and just making him think before Jabeed drags him to the ground.
Not very good position for Elliot Powell here.
And looking at the way he's setting things up, and he keeps on going from knee to knee on belly, around the top, knee on belly. He's looking to set that spider's web armbar up. Very Rousey-esque. We'll have to be calling it.
We'll have to be calling it the Jabeedness next.
The Jabeedness.
He's Powell's in his corner now, in a bad position. He's got AFC fighter Tom Field in his corner as well.
But if you want to be in any corner, you want to be in the SBG's corner if you're Powell, because you know, they come from a hell of a gym.
Yeah, definitely. They're you know, it's not that he's not looking to work from the bottom, but Jabeed's top control is very powerful.
And just look at that step over. He's clamping down his legs when he needed to clamp down, turning out, straight through to knee on belly. And I mean, knee on belly, that's it's a great position if you're good at it. But look at the amount of top control he's had from knee on belly so far.
Yeah, and if you're not trained in doing that, it's going to be a risky move.
Yep.
Oh,
look at that step over pass there. Wow.
Yeah, he's getting better in every fight as well, so it's good to see.
Not resting on his laurels, he's improving every time he steps in there. And, you know, you only have to follow his Instagram to see that he lives in the gym.
Yeah. Looked like he was looking for a north-south then, and then
Powell doing well to regain some sort of guard.
Yeah, this is probably the best position that Powell's been in on the ground.
Yep, in front of his corner. Guard.
Last 10
but
seconds,
it's the last
though.
10 seconds.
Not got any time to work. Jabeed doesn't like the fact that he's in a guard. Gave him a vicious shot then.
And it
there we go.
comes
End
to
of the
an
second. Another dominant round for Jabeed Rahman there.
2 down, 3 to go.
In Almighty though, this is the longest he's gone.
Yep.
The 2 submission wins both ended in the first 2 rounds. His last fight was a decision win on Cage Warriors.
Yep.
A last-minute fight as well, so it shows that he's willing to fight anyone, which is always good.
Yep.
But it shows he can go the distance as well.
Oh, yeah,
so
definitely.
Tonight, I don't think he's going to be pushing to get the finish. He's just going to let it come naturally, I think.
So far, as good as Powell looks, when he's setting up those strikes, he's not been in any real danger.
No.
And sometimes, as a fighter, you can get too busy, you can overcommit, and your opponent could just be waiting to time something, and you can slip into a trap. Okay, Jabeed's keeping his posture. He's not overcommitting or following through with anything with his body, because that's how you fall into triangles, arm bars, stuff like that. And he's doing enough, more than enough, to be winning the fight right now.
Yeah.
If you're not in any danger, why rush it?
Definitely.
Saying that, Powell is a dangerous guy.
2 leg kicks from Jabeed to start the 3rd round.
Nice feints there by Jabeed. Powell just looking to parry and right hook, sorry. Southpaw stance.
Both guys are they're just inches away from landing the shots, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. It's like a game of cat and mouse on the feet.
But again, it's Jabeed looking for the takedown.
Yep. And based on the first 2 rounds, maybe you've seen something there. Maybe you've seen something that he wants to capitalise on. Like I say, he's not in any real danger. He's racking up the miles, which is great. If you can go 5 rounds in a fight for the experience and not get hit, which he hasn't really been hit yet, then there's invaluable. Forget a title.
At his age as well.
At his age, 5 rounds against a top competitor like Powell, not taking too much damage.
There's no problem in this game plan.
That's it, just sit back and enjoy the masterclass. Powell here just looking to regain that guard a little better. He's using that, that knee shield to slide through, get butterfly, and then slip through to full guard.
He's back in his corner again, so he should be definitely listening out for his corner's advice.
That's it, and he's just manipulating Jabeed's hips there with his left foot before tying back up.
Yeah, and if I'm Powell, I'd be working to turn away from the cage, maybe try and work for any kind of submission attempt to get you sent on the judge's scorecard.
Yep, and if Powell's got any explosion about him now, he needs to. Jabeed, when he's in guard, he's stacking but leaving his head down, which makes him very top heavy to fall into a triangle, to fall into an armbar. Okay, because he's got to think about pulling backwards against gravity. It's a much more slower approach than swinging your hips for an armbar, so to say, when you're in that position. So maybe Powell's noticed something in that. You saw him trying to manipulate the hips, but Jabeed out of guard now, steps through to south.
It's a beautiful display of jiu-jitsu from both guys.
Yeah, it's minus the top position and the striking edge, it's very, very even.
Yeah.
At this point you have to give it to Jabeed because it's 3 rounds, they've all followed a similar pattern. But Jabeed passes, Powell regains.
Yeah.
And they're moving really, really well on the back.
Yeah, it's good to see. Obviously, Powell wants to be in a better position than
he does,
side control. He's working to always get back to guard to try and work his way onto the judge's scorecard. Because for me, I wouldn't even have him on the scorecard yet. I'd say all the rounds are probably to Jabeed. I don't think that's far out of saying.
No, and he's not really landed a significant strike. I mean, there's not been many significant strikes except for leg kicks.
Yeah, but they've been
the
Jabeed's.
domination, the control, the top position, and a nice overhand left to finish the round. A whisker away.
And we're going to be heading into a 4th round of an amateur fight. See if Jabeed's game plan changes at all. It's been the same thing every time. Throw a few strikes, straight in for the takedown.
And a testament to Powell's toughness, mental toughness, because a lot of fighters would have been like, this is not going my way. And probably switched from the game plan for something a little Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And ended up getting caught.
Well, that mental edge of not quitting.
Yeah.
You can see that at Almighty if you look back to Ben Crawley, Johnny Brocklesby.
Oh, yes.
Brocklesby put on a display for the first 3-4 rounds.
Yep.
And then Crawley out of nowhere got a knee bar, won the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Powell wants to be learning from that guy.
Yes.
Don't give up, keep going. And Jabeed just needs to keep doing what he's doing to win the fight. But Powell just needs to it looks like he's waiting, but at the same time he needs to I think he needs to push himself now. So he needs to be a bit more
and he opens up with a nice teep to Tomei there. And he's looking like he's fighting with a bit more urgency, is Powell. He's moving quicker. He's stepping back. But Jabeed times that shot, and a beautiful knee tap there.
That was the best timing he could have got on that takedown as well.
Yeah, the way he got the underhook and tapped the knee at the other side and took him down straight into side control, that was beautiful timing. And, absolutely all credit to Powell, but this is just...
it's a bit of a masterclass from Jabeed.
Jabeed is in the zone right now.
Oh, yeah.
You can be a good fighter and you can go on a string of bad luck, right? You can be a good fighter and everything could be, the stars are aligned, everything's going your way, and that is Jabeed right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's not only got the skill, he's not only got the desire to be better, but he's got a bit of lady luck on his side as well, because everything, the timing is not second out, everything's perfect, everything's precise and thought about, and it's just coming to him naturally.
Definitely. The only things that are missing is them strikes that are inches away. That's the only thing.
That is the only thing, you know. But maybe he came in here with a bit of a grappling edge, but nice up kick there by Powell.
Like I said, Powell's definitely not giving up in this fight.
Oh, no, you know, Powell's a strike or two away from changing it round, but he's got to do something quick and he's got to get off that back. For me, he's got to get off that back right now.
He needs to just look more urgent on the ground. It looks like he wants to be... He wants to make it. He wants to show that he's looking for something.
Yeah, like little minor details there, like how Jabeed took side control, but his his bottom hand was under the hips to avoid Powell turning into him. The only way he can turn away, which then gives him more leverage on setting up the armbar, that spider's web that he loves to set up, the Komodo grip to the armbar.
Yeah.
You know, it's just little things like that it's doing. You know, the basics, the big basics we all do. But when you're in this zone and the little things are making the big things happen and it's just coming second nature to you like breathing, that's where Jabeed is right now, and it's scary for anybody in his division out there now.
Anyone in the featherweight, look at that, beautiful.
See, he's faking one way and then boom, passes. You know, everything, the timing's down right now, and like I say, Powell is a hell of a fighter.
Yeah,
and Jabeed
definitely.
right now is making Powell, he's making Powell look like he's not the caliber fighter that we know he is.
Yeah, yeah. Like anyone who was watching it who didn't know Powell,
yeah,
they'd
probably
like, think,
yeah, this is, you know, it's a bit of a mismatch, but it's more, yeah, Jabeed's got the skill, but right now everything is just aligned for him. And
he's looking fantastic in this fight.
He is, and I swear he's only just started to break a sweat.
And there we go, last 10 seconds of the fourth round. We're going to be moving into the fifth and final round of this amateur featherweight title fight. And it looks like it's 4 rounds down for Jabeed Rahman. So
now you're this close to a what could be, in my humble opinion, a 50-40 fight. Yeah. Okay, you're that close to what could be one of the biggest blowouts against a great competitor like Powell.
Yeah.
Right? If you're Jabeed, you think about it before you go out there. You think, okay, now Powell needs a knockout or a submission, and that is the only way he's going to win.
Yeah, that's the thing. Powell's going to have to come out, not desperate, but he's going to have to come out all guns blazing for this 5th round. But
basically, everything he's ever learned has got to come out in this round.
But he doesn't even look like... He looks tired, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't look that tired.
No.
Jabeed doesn't even look like he's... Looks like he's been at a boxercise class.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know. Don't come out, don't get greedy, don't look for that finish, Jabeed, you know.
Stay nice and calm.
Fight this round. It's too late to look for a finish now for Jabeed, you know what I mean? You don't want to get careless and get caught because Powell's got power. Okay? Just take your time. Play out these rounds like you did before. Okay?
Yeah. And then on...
Whoa.
You must not be listening to us.
No.
But he does the same thing, catches the kick, straight down in for the takedown.
That's it.
He's playing a very smart game in this fight.
And can you, like, again, the finer details. He's throwing strikes and precise strikes and what could be fight-ending strikes like a spinning heel kick to make Powell step back, and then as Powell steps in, it's like Jabeed doesn't even want to hit him with a strike. He wants to make Powell hop back, hop in, and then he's catching him on the hop in for the takedown.
Yeah, as soon as he's a bit closer to the cage, that's when Jabeed's been jumping in for that takedown.
But Powell just rolled for a bit of an omoplata there by the looks of it, and Jabeed rolls over back into a dominant cage control position.
And another sweep from Jabeed Rahman there.
There's still life in Powell. Yeah, he caught that, and it looked beautiful, but you can see he's got that deep whizzer in now.
And now it's just whether Jabeed works past the guard.
Now, if you're Jabeed and the way he's posturing up now, there's a whizzer involved. That there for me is you know, triangle me, please. You know,
leaving it open there for him.
That's it. Especially when you can push off the cage as well.
And someone of Elliot Powell's stature.
And he's trying he's trying to pull a rubber guard now. He's Powell, but I just don't think his limbs are long enough. You know, Jabeed's a big guy at this weight.
Yeah, Jabeed's a tall featherweight.
He is.
Definitely a tall featherweight. Working his legs up the fence, but a bit too far away to work it now.
That's it now. Powell's got his hand. Powell's got to look at that, like that can opener there again. That's armbar me. You know, Jabeed's just got to. He knows he's won this, and sometimes that can be an issue. You're like, I've won this, and you can get sloppy.
Yeah.
You know, he's back on it now.
Only takes a couple of seconds, doesn't it?
That's it. You can see Powell there just trying to frustrate Jabeed just with a few palm strikes to the ear, maybe disorientate his opponent, make him react, make him pay. You can see it all playing out in front of us, but, you know, if he goes down like this, Jabeed's just got one of the most dominant wins, and one of the biggest wins that he's had so far.
Yeah, definitely.
And there we go, that omoplata again, but Jabeed wise to it, steps around.
And what makes it even more dominant is his title defense.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, you aren't a champion until you defended it, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, very strong game from Jabeed, but everything in the world to Elliot Powell in this fight. He's not giving up.
He's coming with the same tenacity and the same level head every round, knowing that he's getting further and further down the scorecards, and that there can't be taught. That's heart. That's
definitely,
heart.
Definitely.
And
closing in on the last.
There we go.
Dominant performance from Jabeed Rahman.
Even the judges can't see this differently. Sorry, judges.
No. So we'll head over to the judges for this featherweight decision, and we'll see if Jabeed has held on to his featherweight title.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our championship fighters. Come on. 5 rounds of action, and we go to your judges' scorecards. Our judges scored about 50-45, 50-44, 50-43, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. And still, AFC Amateur Featherweight Champion, Jabeed Rahman. Presenting the championship belt is Paul Sinclair from our event sponsor, Fibbers of York.
You don't wanna be high like me, never really knowing why like me. You don't ever wanna step off that roller coaster and be all alone. You don't
So, let me get a few words with the champ here, the defending champ. Let me start off by saying, what a dominant performance. Thank you for putting on that masterclass against a tough opponent in Elliot Powell. Okay, you're coming off a couple of big wins lately. Floor's yours, what's next? Cody Fry, where you at, motherfucker? And there you have it, your champion, Jabeed Rahman.